Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our ICP Week 2 battle against Sen and his Calexico Blaziken. Definitely go check out some in the description below, as well as all the other coaches participating in the ICP this season. But yeah, we're taking on Sen. He got off to a hot start against our buddy Kirby last week. Very unfortunate game for our buddy Kurt. Definitely wasn't the luckiest in it, and Sen came out, I believe, with a 6-0 victory, so we gotta avenge our boy this week. Grab a dub, hopefully move ourselves to 2-0 as well. And yeah, I think we got the squad to do it. We're gonna jump into a quick team builder, just so you can see what we're bringing while we're bringing it. There will be timestamps in the description and on screen when the battle starts. And I also do always implore you guys that if you enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like. And if you're new here, it's your first time catching our content, I'd appreciate if you sub. Plenty of Draft League content going up each and every week. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the matchup. Our team, if you did forget, is at the top of the screen, and it consists of Zero Aura, Celesteela, Nidoqueen, Starmie, Blaziken, Clefairy, Lickilicky, Frostlass, Guzzlord, Stonejourner, and Tapu Bulu, while our opponent's team consists of Spectrier, Conkeldurr, Slowking, Grimmsnarl, Registeel, Roserade, Flygon, Regieleki, Quagsire, and Big Mienfoo. Very interesting squad. If you know me, I'm an adamant hater of Spectrier and Regieleki. I think they're both dog mons. I'm not big fans of them, and I think in this matchup in particular, they're really, really dog. I almost expect neither of them to come. Licky should always beat Spec, just 100% of the time. And Regieleki, I have two ground immunities, and a Licky, and a Bulu. I don't see it come. Even a Guzz could soft check it. So I personally don't see it coming. He could definitely bring it though and try and use it to make some aggressive doubles and play aggressively and things like that, but I just don't see it personally, man. I really don't think it'll be too great in all honesty. But the big threats to me, for sure, that Slowking is very difficult for me to break. I just have Zera. I don't have great Scald switch-ins there that can really break through that team. Conkeldurr, I really do not switch into Conk. Conk is an absolute menace versus our squad, so we're going to have to be very careful about how we pivot into that, but that's pretty much every Conk matchup in all honesty. And then like a Life Orb special Flygon is actually very scary. Like Draco, Earth Power, Fire Blast, Roost rips through our team very well, and it puts a lot of pressure on Licky, which can in turn open us up to that Spectrier endgame, which is obviously very scary. So hopefully we can potentially sufficiently deal with that. It's going to be a little bit scary, but I think we got the squad to do it. Let's jump into our first member, which is going to be Starmie. Rocking out the leftover for natural cures, its ability, Surf, Psyshock, Recover, and Toxic. EVs wise, we got 236 HP, 132 special attack, and 140 speed with a timid nature. Now, EVs wise, we have enough speed for the Flygon. It's the closest mon that we need to creep. We 2-hit KO Grimmsnarl after rocks, if it's just like a max HP variant, I believe. And then we have the rest in our HP just to 2-hit a little bit better. This is going to be our main pivot into that Slowking. Slowking is an absolute nuisance, and I actually honestly feel like his main pivot into Starmie, at least initially, should probably be Slowking as well. That Registeel getting Skull Burn is very annoying for it. It really mitigates its recovery, and I think Slowking is the best mon on his team to deal with like an analytic Life Orb Hydro Pump coming out. Everything else kind of just dies to our stabs plus like Ice Beam. So I really do expect that that Slowking to be the initial pivot at least, and if I can bait that thing in and get a Toxic, it becomes exponentially more easy to deal with, and I can kind of sit in on that thing and 1v1 it very easily. Even if it is Calm Mind, it won't be able to get enough boost on top of the Toxic to really 1v1 me very well. So that's going to be Starmie. I think it's very, very solid this week in pivoting to that Slowking. Maybe as like a soft check to that Conk as well. Soft checking things like Quagsire, really being able to nuke that Roserade as well, and at least pivoting into a non-body press or non-iron defense Registeel, because I can get out of hand quick. If it's like Rest Talk, it will V1 us pretty easy. So we just gotta be careful about that. Next up, we got Zero Aura rocking out with the... we're heavy duty boots again, I believe. Let me double check that. I might be completely wrong in what we actually ended up bringing. Yeah, we are heavy duty boots. Volt Absorber is their ability, Plasma Fist, Grass Knot, Knockoff, and Play Rough. Easy guys, we got max attack, 100 special attack, and 156 speed with a, I believe that's Naive Nature. Now, speed-wise, we're just creeping max speed Spectre. I don't know my opponent too well. I don't know a lot of people in this league very well, so I don't feel very comfortable aggressively creeping them. Now, I don't think that the Spectre should run max speed, but it's not really a risk I'm willing to take, in all honesty. So that's what we're rocking out with. Special attack-wise, we have... we just have max attack, rest and special attack, I guess. Knock off into Grass Knot should always kill the Quagsire, even if it's Rindo, obviously, because we knock off its Rindo. Knock off into Play Rough does a ton to the Flygon. Plasma Fist is very free versus his team. Knock off in general is very free versus this team. We are kind of walled by the Rose Raid. I wanted to fit fire coverage for that plus Registeel, but I just really didn't feel like I could fit it. I want to knock off plus Play Rough and Grouse, not to hit the other things that I think are going to be the more likely checks. And Knockoff also covers like potential Scarf Flygon, trying to make an aggressive pivot in on us. And then we can Play Rough it the turn afterwards and potentially knock it out. So that's going to be Zera. Just great, great offensive speed control. We're faster than the, what do you call it? Obviously, the Spectre and everything else on my opponent's team minus the Lickilicky, which realistically we kind of just wall. So it doesn't really matter if we're not faster than that. Next up, we got Blaziken rocking out the Choice Scarf. Blaze's ability, max attack, 84 speed, and then 84 special attack, sorry, and 172 speed with a naive nature. Now, this Pokemon is going to be a great revenge killer this game. The reason we are Overheat instead of like a Flare Blitz and just going full physical is because of that Registeel. I really am scared of a Body Press Iron Defense Registeel. I think it's actually very good for me against me. So I wanted to Overheat as a way to potentially threaten that thing from the special side with my Blaziken, though I still wanted to be physical because I think physical is just better in this matchup. EVs wise, we have enough speed for Spectre, and we have obviously our Choice Scarf boost. We Oko a max HP Rose Raid with Overheat, and then we have and then we have the rest in our and then it just max attack. It just kind of fits out well, I believe. My notes might be completely wrong there. I think I was originally Flare Blitz. Yeah, no, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, this is gonna be a great revenge killer. Close combat's very free in the end game if we can get rid of the Spectre. Like the Slowking is chipped down. It's just a very spammable mom. We can click U-turn for free on a lot of the team, and yeah, it gives me something to more reliably revenge stuff like Spectre, force damage on that Slowking, and potentially break through that Registeel if it starts getting up some iron defenses. Next up, we got Lickilicky rocking out with the leftovers. Oblivious is its ability. We're max, all in our def. Body Slam, Rest, Knockoff, and Sleep Talk. This is going to be our main Spectre check. We beat any Spectre. It can't Willow us down because we're obviously going to rest. It can't taunt us. It can't disable us because of our Oblivious, which is also very, very nice. Now, we are fodder for things like Conk, but if we can get rid of Conk, this honestly can 1v1 like almost the entirety of my opponent's team. He does not have great Pokemon to break Lickilicky. It's legit just Conk, maybe a bulk up Grimmsnarl, maybe that Rest Talk Registeel. Other than that, we should beat pretty much everything on this team very easily. Maybe DD Flygon. DD Flygon is a little bit scary as well. Though I think the team I brought is weak to DD Flygon. I don't think DD Flygon is good versus my team. I think he's crazy if he brings DD Flygon. That's kind of why I didn't prep for it. But this set is a little bit weak to that and potentially fodder for that as well. So we just gotta be careful. And yeah, that's gonna be Licky. And then next up we have our Celesteela rocking out with the leftovers. Beast Boost is its ability, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Leech Seed, and Protect. EVs wise, we got max HP, 124 defense, and 132 speed with a, are we Impish? Impish Nature? I forget if that's Impish or Bold. I think it's Impish. I'm done. But we basically have enough speed for Conkeldurr, Adamant Conkeldurr, and then we have the rest in our HP plus our Fizz Def. This is just a soft check to Conk, it's a soft check to Grimmsnarl, it's a soft check to Registeel. It checks the Flygon, it checks the Quagsire. It's realistically just very good this game. It honestly checks a Spectre decently as well. We can pivot into things like Slowking, Leech it to slow it down, at least force it to regen out and pivot out. And yeah, that's basically going to be Celesteela this game, just doing fat, selly things and being a general nuisance. I thought about going offensive this game with like auto, but I figured that fat and defensive would just kind of be my best overall bet. Next up, we got Nidoqueen, and lastly, we got Nidoqueen rocking out with the Black Sludge. Sheer Force is its ability, Earth Power, Stealth Rock, Ice Beam, and Toxic Spikes. EVs wise, we got 236 HP, 4 defense, 148 special attack, 4 for def, and 132 speed with a modest nature. EVs wise, we have enough speed for no speed Rose Raid. We 2-hit KO max HP Rose Raid after Black Sludge recovery, so we will 2-hit KO with that Ice Beam. And then we have the rest in our HP. This is just really solid in this game in checking things like the Rose Raid to an extent, checking things like the Grimmsnarl, getting up rocks, honestly being a solid breaker. This game, Earth Power plus Ice Beam is very hard for my opponent to switch into. It's a check to that that Registeel as well, and we can get up T-Spikes if that Rose Raid isn't around. It's going to be really nice, taking some pressure off our Starmie, trying to get that Toxic on the Slowking, because we can just Toxic it on the switch, and same thing with the Quagsire, and even like, Conk being Guts, I think it's going to be Guts anyway, so I don't mind giving it Guts. I think it's just going to be Flame Orb. I would be very surprised if like AV Conk came or something like that. Flame Orb just absolutely decimates my team, so that'd be nice. And it also deals with like a sub Spectre, being able to kind of force that thing to not really be able to sub, and yeah, just chipping it down over time. But yep, that's going to be the team. I'll be right back with the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with Sen. Let's see what he elected to bring. I'm assuming all the scary stuff. Kind of. So no Slowking, which is fucking nuts. Wow. No Slowking, so we have a Flygon. Grimmsnarl. I thought it had to come, man. I thought that shit had to come. And no Quag, which is also crazy. Registeel. Conkeldurr, which is not good. I simply do not have switch-ins to that thing. Spectrier. And Lickilicky. Okay. So, right off rip, I think my best lead is always going to be Celesteela. Looking at the team that my opponent brought, it looks like he's kind of mono 6-0'd by Celly. So, that's what we're going to roll with. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to roll with. If he leads Lickilicky, I can just pivot out into Nidoqueen. It doesn't do anything, you know? There's also no grounded poison. His only defog is Flygon. So, that's also very nice to know. So if we can potentially find an opportunity to get up T-Spikes, it really minimizes the effectiveness of like a sub-Spectrier. So yeah, good luck into my opponent. Out comes the Grimmsnarl. That's cool. I'll take that. I think I'm just gonna throw off a Heavy Slam. Right? I think I'm literally just gonna throw off a Heavy Slam. If he wants to try and get up a screen, whatever. He goes Registeel, whatever. I'm not initially super terrified of it. Okay, cool. Sick. So we're able to get off a big old Heavy Slam on this thing. I don't know if we OHKO. So that comes out. Part of me wants to just Earthquake. Catch the Lickilicky / Registeel. I'm just gonna Earthquake. Yep. Yup. Machina, which is going to be Registeel. We'll be able to see this thing's item as well. It looks like we do about 30%. It is leftovers. So I want to see that thing spread. Registeel. At level 50. It's either Mineral and Spadef or he's decently defense invested. Regardless, I think my play is going to be into Jason's mommy, the Nidoqueen. And we'll get up our rocks. Thunderbolt. That worked out like awesome. That worked out phenomenally. Okay, it's Thunderbolt. Do I want to just raw Ice Beam? What the fuck? Nah, I'm gonna get my rocks. We can at least condition them. We have Thunderbolt. There's going to be leftovers. So that's clutch. Yeah, we'll get up our rocks. I'm glad I didn't Ice Beam. Okay, so he's gonna Earthquake, which is also fine. That doesn't do a lot, and I can pivot out here. Like I don't need to keep this thing in a healthy amount. He's gonna Earthquake. I mean, I need to keep this thing in a healthy amount, obviously, for the Lickilicky. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna pivot out into my Celly. It also covers a Flygon double, which is really clutch. And those rocks are likely here to stay, unless it's Defog Flygon. If it's Defog Flygon, it's Defog Flygon, which is pretty sick. So we're gonna switch out. Obviously, we're faster, so we don't know if he did yet. And we're gonna go Celly. That's just going to withdraw into Flygon. Cool. I'll take that. I'm gonna Leech. If he's Fire Blast, he'll run out eventually. Right? If he's Fire Blast, he'll run out eventually. And I really like Celly's really good here, but I don't necessarily need it for anything. He's not shown leftovers on his Flygon as well, which is really nice. He's gonna U-turn, so I'll get a Leech off on something. 198 down to 204. What? So that's 6 points of damage. Let's check that. Flygon. 198 down to 204. 198 down to 204, which is 6 damage. Looks to be a mineral from max attack. Or if he has a little bit less. Either works. We just leech. We're gonna go ahead and get our leftovers back, and then we're gonna get to leech. We'll also be able to see if this thing is flame orb. If it's flame orb, we just protect a turn. And we are absolutely chilling. It is flame orb, which is good to know. Hold on, let's go. This thing has U-turn. I'm gonna go ahead and protect here. This thing is flame orb. Now we can scout and see what his best way of hitting me is, I suppose. So we're gonna protect. Fire punch. Seems like a fire puncher. I don't want to go hard Starmie. I really don't want to go hard Starmie because like going hard Starmie means I potentially get, you know, bobbed by a knockoff, and that's like less than ideal. Conkeldurr. If it's level 50, it's guts. There's a Fire punch. I think I'm gonna heavy slam. Try and call him going for a knock. I think he really knocks here. I live the fire punch anyways, and with my lefties and stuff like that, and a protect, I'll be fine. Drain punch. Yeah, that's fine. I'm surprised he went for drain punch as the middle ground. You know, that's definitely interesting. But Sally's just gonna kind of sit here. You know. We're gonna get a little bit of health back via our leech. And then we literally protect again. You can make the double out, but like I don't care. Rocks are up. You're the one taking chip, not me. And I'm clicking faster, so he's losing time. So pretty sick. I'll take that. But yeah, pretty good stuff. He also showed Drain Punch, yeah, so he's gonna switch. I mean, again, that's fine with me. Drain Punch. Okay, I'm literally gonna click it again. He's not leftovers. I get to scout another move. Gonna click Protect. We're a minute ahead on time. Which is also, chef's kiss. If this thing wants to Fire Blast, we know it's not Life Orb. Yep, there's the Fire Blast. How much is max attack, special attack, Fire Blast doing to me? We have Fire Blast. I have the liberty to kind of chill on time a little bit. 50. It's actually doing a decent chunk. It's in my best interest to not take this hit. I am gonna make the play out. We'll find out if he's choice or not. I'll live a U-turn on my Starmie if he is. So like, it's fine. Looks like we switch out first, which means he did not double at the very least. If he U-turns, good play. That's 2 out of 8 Fire Blasts. And then I think I'm literally just going to Surf. I think Surf is just overall my best play. Right? Yeah, Surf is my best play. Likely the Registeel pivot, but again, that's fine. He also risks taking an Ice Beam to the face, which is another reason I think he goes Registeel. So, pretty good positioning for us at this particular moment. He's definitely thinking. So again, timer baby, timer baby. Something we keep in mind from the beginning. So we'll see exactly what he ends up going for. He's gonna withdraw. This makes me really think he's Scarfed. Obviously, we can't confirm that yet, but it makes me think it's very likely. I kind of wish I was Scald for this specific instance, but I didn't want to burn a Slowking. I'll switch in. So That did nothing. Hey, who cares? This time I'm gonna make the, I think I'm gonna make the Blaziken pivot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the Blaziken pivot, and being that he's like an offensive, what do you call it as well? Being that he's like an offensive Flygon, we're in a really good spot. And like, most likely Scarfed from what we've been seeing. Earthquake, wow. Really, I figured Thunderbolt was always his play there. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and overheat. I mean, realistically, this is only here for this, but wow, that was a play, man. He must not have Toxic or Rocks or anything on this thing. He's just like mono coverage, 4 attacks leftovers. Did you steal? I'm gonna overheat though. I figured you'd go for a T-Bolt. I'd love to hit. We do not knock it out, which is unfortunate. So it looks like we are gonna go down. Very interesting play from my opponent. I can't say I agree. I feel like the Earthquake play was very weird there. But hey, it happens. We didn't really need this. We can still outbulk the entirety of my opponent's team. And what gives me the best positioning possible? Is it Starmie? I think it's Starmie. Yeah, I think it's for sure Starmie. We're gonna surf. And we're essentially gonna pick up a KO here. Cool, so Starmie's gonna go ahead and surf that Registeel. And knock it out. Awesome. Down goes Registeel. Annoying Pokemon. Now I believe we don't have to deal with Rocks. Yep, we do not. Pretty sick. I'll take that. Flygon comes out, we just recover. Kong comes out, we Side Shock. Grimshaw comes out, we surf. And yeah. What is this? Grim comes out. Grim Snarl. 50. If it's max HP, max FDF, we should kill it, I believe. Let me just double check. We will love a Sucker Punch as well. Careful. Yeah, we do 25 min, so I'm just gonna surf. So, yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna surf. We don't kill it via screens if it's FDF. But again, that's fine. We're Restock Licky, so we should never lose to the, what do you call it? Collect. Light screen. Part of me wants a Toxic Spectrier, because I don't think it'll attack me, but I don't know if that's my optimal play. Because he could also just sub, if he doesn't think, you know, I'm going to stay and I'm going to go Licky. So maybe that isn't the play. We'll see, though. Out comes the Spec. It's gonna take Rocks, so it is not Boots. I still think I always go Licky. Like I said, even if he's like the Wisp sub Hex set, we should be fine. And as long as I can knock this thing off and keep it low, I'll be okay. I just need to ensure it doesn't have a sub up, essentially. And I'll be good. So, that's what we're gonna do. So the Grim is down. We don't know if it was likely or not. It likely was. So that's something else we have to keep in mind. So we are gonna hard out into Licky. He could be the sub-disable set as well, or rest talk, so he should be fine. Wish it's gonna miss. That's fine with me. I'll take it. That's awesome. I mean, he can likely sub in my face here, but again, I don't care. And he lost Registeel, so this Pokemon's very annoying. And you tried to taunt my Lickilicky. Okay. So we're gonna knock. No more leftovers, which is really clutch. Yeah, so his whole way of being Licky was taunting it, apparently. So that's clutch. I'm just gonna keep knocking. Just gonna keep knocking. Likely conk. Yeah, but that's literally fine. Conk. Does nothing, but that's okay. He can go for a knockoff, he can go for a Drain Punch. Regardless, I don't really care. I'm just going to go into my Starmie, which I think is my least useful member at this point. And I can just Side Shock for free. The Spectre lost its leftovers, which means if it was sub... Chef's Kiss, once again. So yeah, that's definitely clutch. Drain Punch, it's fine. It's not gonna get much back. We're still Starmie. I mean, we do have a lot of HP investment, but whatever. It might not kill with the screen up. Won't lie, but like, that's fine with me, honestly. I am completely fine with not killing. I just throw off a very free Side Shock. This thing is essentially dead at this point when that happens. So we're gonna Side Shock. Bonk. We do not kill. It's fine. It's gonna knock off, and we're gonna go down. But it actually should go down to burn as well. So Starmie's gonna go down, but again, fine with that trade. He actually physically does not beat Licky now. Licky plus Selly should win the game. So it's gonna be a double down. I think it's always in my best interest to go Selly because I can pivot around his other Pokemon. If he goes Flygon, this is just my best play. So that's what we're gonna do. What is he going to? I think this is a Lucky. Okay. I'm literally gonna go into my Jason's mommy. And I need to calc and see if this thing is like specs. If it is, it's kind of scary, but other than that, we should be fine. 127 down to, if it swifts, extreme speed. Okay. 127 down to 54. Is that banded? 127 minus 54. 3. Needle Queen to a Regieleki. Extreme speed. 50. It's 73 points of damage. So that literally has to be banded. Yeah, that literally has to be banded. I literally pivot back onto this thing. That's choice banned, so we need to write that down. We know that's choice banned for sure. There's literally no other way that does that much damage. So, is the screen up? It's not. Clutch. We're just gonna heavy slam. And we know to now protect on this thing always because we know it's banded. Which is also incredibly clutch. So we're gonna heavy slam. And we're gonna knock this thing out. This is gone. So in theory, we should be fine as long as we don't fumble this endgame, like super heavy. Bonk. Down goes the Spectrier. Don't think that crit mattered. Even if it did, I still have a Lickilicky. So, fine. Beast boost, we're gonna get a defense boost. And, yeah. Looking A-okay. Now comes the Flygon, which I'm convinced is Choice Scarf. We're gonna protect. He kind of has to attack what's in front of him here. And, yeah, we'll be in a good spot, though. We'll be in a good spot for sure. As soon as we claim another KO, too, his Choice Mons can't win. And we have the extra sack and Zero Aura. Earth Power. Okay. So he's special. Must have got like a max roll with that U-turn earlier then. Literally going to Heavy Slam. I don't lose anything in clicking Heavy Slam. If this thing is not choice and he bluffed it hard all game, good stuff. But even then, it's not going to do that much. He also has to hit, so. Pretty clutch. Pretty clutch indeed. Definitely thinking. I think he just kind of realizes he loses. I could have Earthquake there, but like in case he wasn't, there's no reason for me to. And this is a Regieleki. Like this is gonna take a shit ton. And I just protect again. And I can make the middle ground of going 0 on the on this thing after I protect. If it E-speeds, I obviously just stay in and I Heavy Slam again. So we are absolutely chilling. Just make sure we don't misclick, and we should be fine to win this game, I think. Because we have that middle ground in Zera, and we can throw off a knockoff very freely. Knockoff catches that Flygon to where we can either double knock and kill if it's in range, or just play rough. So we protect. Electric move. Volt switch. Now, he should double here. He should double here. I mean, I think I still always go into this. I could go Licky, because Licky gives me just a good position overall, and I can just Body Slam. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna go Licky, because we're Spadef, and this is a physically invested Regieleki. So, 8 Volt switching is nice, and he has to go into the Flygon now. I'm surprised he didn't double. I think not doubling was like a very bad play, but I think this play that I made covered both. I feel like he had to double to get back into the game, if you know what I mean. So I'm literally just gonna Body Slam here. If he U-turns, I think his Licky dies from there. So pretty clutch. And this thing is, what do you call it? This is Spadef. I mean, this is special attacking, so I can just, again, Body Slam. I don't want to knock it off, actually. I like it being choiced. It being choiced is good for me at this point. Same thing with the Alecki. We literally try and click Body Slam as much as possible. Yeah, and this thing's going to U-turn. It doesn't break us. And then we're just going to Body Slam. And I think pick off the Alecki. If not, we can, honest to God, go into Nidoqueen. And either sack off Nidoqueen or win with Ice Beam. Either way works. Either way works. Body Slam, but this is gonna die, yeah. No way it doesn't. And this thing should never be able to break me. So, we should be good to win. So, I mean, we should be fine. He's gonna go out into big Flygon. And again, I don't want this knocked if I can help it. Like, if I can rest and save diff, I will. But, like, I'm also just gonna Body Slam it a bunch of times. Because if I pair it, then it's the same thing as knocking it off and removing its speed. And if he Earth Powers, I go Hard Selly. I save diff. We are 100% that guy. If he Dracos, I go Hard Selly and save diff. Because I'm 100% that guy. Fire Blast. Nice. So I'm actually never going to sleep talk. I'm never going to sleep talk then. Because I don't want to knock this thing's, what do you call it, off. This is for Kirby. We gotta secure as much differential as possible for my boy Kajerblesworth. Alright, we're gonna body slam. He's like almost out of time as well. Fire Blast. 124. We don't even die to crit, I don't think. So we're good to just body slam again. Big Licksters. Oh, it just knocks it out. Awesome. So GG's to Sen. Definitely go check him out in the description below. Very nice guy. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you're new here, be sure to drop a sub as well. And I'll see you guys with next week's battle for ICP. Later.